And welcome back. We're picking up where we left off last time in Terra Invicta in our resistance run. Everything's going according to plan. Maybe not this part, maybe the next part. We'll probably actually be able to afford to build a Titan fleet. Which then hopefully a little bit more aggressive. Our colony ships are also getting closer to the destination, though that probably means they're getting closer to getting jumped by the aliens. Typhoon, we'll do what we can to mitigate it. Hybrid armor. We may contemplating trying to build some ships with that. Because that would probably save quite a few volatiles on the warships at the cost of some exotics.
Long live the revolution!
Oh, interesting that the unrest need to be dropped in the...
The revolution is coming. Violence is abating.
Target destroyed.
Okay, more exotics for us. And then tech-wise, we're working on Proton at this point. It's basically the second last energy global that we care about. So we've only got like one more global we're looking for, and then we'll let the AI have control of globals for a bit. Until we're in the post-game techs.
We are going in.
I'm here. We will bring it down.
Oh, it doesn't give volatiles, it gives exotics. Sorry, sometimes my dyslexia flares up and I say the wrong thing. It gives exotics, not volatiles. But yeah, it gives you like 3. Although you probably don't want the aliens being able to build bases on Earth if you can avoid it, so... I screwed up at some point and let one batch of aliens land, so now they can build bases. So
I will help them.
Spawn in exotics. No problem. As I said, I sometimes might get them confused as well, so...
Death to tyrants!
The revolution is coming. The uprising is underway. Things are stabilizing.
Okay, so it looks like one of the aliens come over here trying to keep the place stable as I try to destabilize it. Okay, so one of our colony ships has arrived, and we're going to promptly try to colonize the place before the aliens arrive. So, apparently we just got our first guy to Saturn. We'll see how long he lives. The answer is probably not long enough. And if he can survive 30 days, he'll refuel and try to fly someplace else. He's probably not going to make it 30 days. Although, who knows? They haven't sent any for him yet. I say promptly jinxing him. They're going to be there in 8 days.
Target secured.
Oh, yeah, there goes the second wave. I guess the first one wasn't enough. Although that one's going to arrive first. That one's going to arrive in the... Yeah,
Death is release.
They're going to go jump him.
Death is a gateway. In death, you will become your true self. It is not death you should fear, my family. but only the pain that precedes it. And even that is a moment soon forgotten. Superior Judith Howell, Eternal Source Sermon.
Yep, the servants are not the brightest bulb in space, I'm gonna say. So we're going on to clean energy. We don't care about antimatter containment. We don't care about Z-pinch because we're going internal confinement. We'll pick up clean energy, which is going to be useful trying to keep climate change under control. Oh, I suppose we probably want to keep control of this so we can get climate change mitigation afterwards as well. But yeah, so other than climate change mitigation, these are the last 3 globals that we actually care about until the other civilizations. I like the counselor say death to tyrants even when the player is the tyrant. Well, that's how to describe this. If you're evil, you don't think of yourself as evil. So if you are the tyrants, you don't think you're the tyrants. You think the other guys are the tyrants. Yeah, projection. It's how many people get through life. But yeah, so these are the 3 main texts that we care about. Although we maybe don't want to run any both these at the same time, but we are going to. So you're going to be done January next year. Although we're almost at the end of the year. You're November, which is basically end of the year. That's November of next year. Colorado is a bit expensive, I suppose. And no one's probably helping us at this point. But yeah, when we get probably when these 2 are done, we're probably just going to let them do that tech because we don't care about that slot anymore. So this is probably the only slot we care about controlling. And interesting, it'll be the one that's in theory done then first. We'll see. Fleet launch, another one going for Romeo. 6, 7, 9. They, at least we're making the aliens work. Okay, another alien facility detected in Brazil. Another one in Brazil. This isn't surprising me because Brazil actually flipped the alien administration, so there's a lot of abductions over there. And this which some of them are really enthusiastic of the death to tyrants statement. Okay, so this is a one-on-one. I'm gonna hit engage. I'm just gonna auto-resolve because either the auto-resolve is gonna win and save more ammo than I am, or the auto-resolve is gonna lose. And I think the auto-resolve is good enough that if we have enough tracking for the missile/torpedo to hit, that the auto-resolve will give it to us. So we'll auto-resolve and see what the result is. And we win. We are damaged, which probably means the next one's about to arrive in a couple of minutes is gonna win, but... They're here again. We're basically gonna do the same thing. We're gonna hit engage and auto-resolve and see if we win. And apparently we still have enough missiles/torpedoes on board that we win on a 1v1. And again, we engage, we hit auto-resolve, and we still win, so we apparently still have missiles and torpedoes left. I don't have the fire discipline not to dump the entire torpedo tubes at them, so this is why I'm doing auto-resolve in these fights. That's one thing the auto-resolve is maybe a little too friendly about. So in this case, we might as well just join these fleets up into one fleet over Titan. So we're gonna set up 4 mines on like the 4 best volatile locations. So 97 is there. 83. And 69. And then we'll set up one fission platform that we're going to put another fission pile on and a space dock to try to refuel that fleet. And if these guys survive long enough to get that dock functional in 30 days, then they'll be happy. I don't think they're going to live that long, so we'll see. Yeah, launching straight for Kincad? Is that Earth orbit? No, that's Titan orbit. That's the news station. You know, that can't be the news. They're coming to me. Kincad. Oh, that's that one. They're still focusing on that one for the moment. We'll see how long the torpedo/missiles hold out. If they make it 30 days, they'll be able to rearm, but they're not going to make it 30 days, I suspect. Okay, so this is the ones at Titan, I think. We're gonna engage, we're gonna hit auto-resolve, because I think the 4 ships will be the 2. Yep. This is a little less likely to be successful. Again, we're gonna hit, engage, auto-resolve, and yeah, less successful. So they got destroyed. So they're gonna blow the station up that we just built, presumably, and then start bombarding the ground locations. Oh, 3v1. Yeah, I think the 3 is going to win. And yeah. So there goes Hood, which is the one over Titan. There's the one over the asteroid. So the question is, do they circle around to the bases on the ground and start doing orbital bombardment? That's probably what that's about to do. Yeah. So they're not going to finish it before this planning phase, but it doesn't change very much. Commercial Commandment 4 coming up. Don't know if it's 4 or 5 is the last one that doesn't cost volatile, or not volatiles, exotics. The power plant.
Lending my expertise.
Here we go. So there goes Hannibal. I was kind of expecting that. Although they're causing off problems out at Jupiter and Saturn instead of bothering us around Earth, which is probably where we want them to cause problems. There's Inertial Confinement Fusion Reactor 4. Yeah, which doesn't cost exotics. I think it's 5, might be the first one that's exotic requirements. The last couple I know do. Start on hybrid armor. It has less exotics than the exotic version. Exotic seeded diamondoids offer previously unthinkable levels of protection. I think it also has a lower... well, probably than just the adamantine. I'm less sure in comparison to the exotic, although it probably has less exotic cost than the exotic one. It's also considered the upgrade over the exotic one. So, your March of next year, your June of next year. Although these will be... well, less so this one. This one's going to keep the counselors around longer. And some of our counselors are looking reasonably old, so they're probably going to appreciate it. 3% mining bonus, 5% mining bonus. Probably want better than that, but definitely want better than 1%. Grab some more espionage here to keep you hidden. Could probably do without you. Probably do without you. And then I could take mining orgs instead. The best we've got is 5. I can probably work the 5. 5 is still decent. 5% more mining. We're in the middle of counselor cycle. Whoops. So
I will
that isn't
report
going to
when my
apply
mission is
until
complete.
next cycle. Let's actually try to get the end of that cycle. I'm getting distracted working on the counselors. I was wondering why the resource modifier isn't going in, because the new orgs don't kick until the end of the council cycle.
Long live the revolution!
Death to tyrants. The people will be free.
The people will be free?
Violence is abating.
They really don't like those bases. 39%, we could get an extra 25%. We actually hit it that time, so Swamp Fox base has 50% more minerals. It's up to 101 yield from the mine. From a tier 2 mine, too. I love how it says lost contact with the people there. There's no people there because it's that was an automated mine. We lost contact with the robots.
Score 1 for the good guy.
Japan, while under the control of the servants. Another rival. Okay.
Ready for orders.
Send you to go investigate some
We
alien
will
activity.
recon the site.
Aliens are definitely up to stuff.
Acknowledged. Acknowledged.
Let's go after those alien bases. Gives us some exotics. It also reduces the number of abductions in the location.
Going in
Makes them
hot.
a little
Ready.
harder for the aliens to flip it back to them.
We're going in.
Oops, I
Reporting
forgot, we want you to do that mission, but we don't want you to do unassisted use of ops.
Taking it to them.
Ready for
And
my
then you
mission.
have a sword aliens.
Standing
Those
by
are hard
for
enough
orders.
missions, we want like Command 25 base on them anyway. Okay, you're probably almost done with Mexico. Yeah, almost stabilizing Mexico again. Okay, let's actually go around these guys properly now. You probably do want command. We'll grab science here. Although, you don't have a lot of base research, so maybe we pass on that grab for some persuasion. We are at the point we could hypothetically take up espionage and swap out for mining orgs, but don't see any good ones at the moment, so we're going to focus on trying to just max everything out. This is a guy that's actually got some science from picking up more science. Although that was 0.7 more science. Okay, been all the way around now. Let's confirm the assignments, let some more time pass.
Offering assistance.
Singleton virus. We probably do want that. We can get rid of all the alien bases. We can use that +4 to assassinate to bump off all the aliens a little bit easier.
The revolution is coming. Things are cooling off.
By the numbers.
So, 4 exotics and removed 4 alien abductions.
Target remains operational.
Roll a 95.
Recon complete.
And of course, immediately another base in Brazil. This is one way if you're having difficulty fighting the alien fleets to get exotics.
Reporting in.
Get the wrong X there.
Ready for my mission. Ready for orders.
We want you to attack an alien base, and you've got your choice of bases to attack. Anyone but that one. Because we already got one assaulting that base. That'll work.
Gear up.
Ready to go.
And then you can assault alien bases, but your assault chance is terrible enough because your command isn't good enough. It's not worth actually doing base attacks. Alien life forms, on the other hand,
Taking it to them.
reduce the unrest reduction from xenoforming isn't a bad idea.
Offering support.
Missile tests, we're just going to ignore it. Greater United North America, we probably do want that. I think that's Mexico and maybe some of the Caribbean states into
The uprising is underway. Order is returning.
Oh, I probably invested enough in there for a moment. That's one of the... I think that's one of the fusion drive techs we can... We might not do that one, but... Boost funding knowledge. Let's sneak a little bit of economy in there as well. United States can do a little bit of economy.
The LC is secure.
There's another Brazil place dealt with. Alien base in Brazil.
Unable to destroy target.
That was the second time you failed in a roll.
By the numbers.
And we, of course, controlled China. Oh, what's happened to your cohesion? Inequality has got under control? Okay. We can work to fix that. Wasn't paying attention to let it get out of control, apparently.
Headed there now.
Where to?
Once again, you can go attack a different one of the alien bases. Because as long as it's not the alien administration, you've got a decent probability of hitting it.
Heading to the LC.
Acknowledged.
I'm a little concerned. Something's wrong with this guy, so go inspire
I'll
him to
speak
do
with them.
a little bit better. No space mine, or actually that's a space mine org. 5% for 2-star. Where's your admin? Only 2 over. Although I probably don't need that mission control bonus. Let's trade you for the mine. 5% more space resources. Bring up to 26. That's pretty good.
Lending my expertise.
I think we had a breakthrough.
Okay, so if he had been turned, that should have unturned him. So we're pretty sure he's not a spy, just having bad luck. Particularly bad luck, because he failed twice in a row. I think that was the power plant on the mine we were futzing with earlier.
The people will be free.
So when I hit 17k volatiles, we're going to start
Target
building
secured.
6 warships. Troops supporting resistance, so 3 more exotics, 4 more alien inductions.
Target secured.
4 more exotics, 3 more alien inductions. And this is removing inductions, not adding them. We're not the servants. We're not gonna impose sanctions on Japan, so we'll let them get that
Found
1%
something.
GDP. And we're not going to impose sanctions on Japan for one very obvious reason. Launching low Earth, we'll just let them do that. And that's because we actually control one of the control points in Japan. We'd like the other ones controlled with Servant, but you don't have those yet.
Where do you need me?
If you go public campaign in
Making
China
our
for a bit.
case.
Standing by.
Find another alien base, attack another alien base.
We're going in.
Ready for my mission.
Find another alien base, attack another alien base. Rinse and repeat.
Gear up.
DARPA would be pretty good earlier in the game. 50% military science, but we're at the point where we want more mining. Probably get you to stabilizing. Mexico's reasonably stable. Could stabilize the Caribbean
We'll
states.
turn down the heat.
May, Feb. Okay, so that'll be done very soon. We might evaluate the exotic savings by swapping out to hybrid armor versus the volatiles versus exotic. Because this is going to cost volatiles, but I think costs less exotics than the equivalent adamantine. Armor set. There we go. I guess the tier 3 doesn't require the tier 1 and the tier 2. The fusion. Heavy fusion. Well, we'll start researching. Start with the small ones. Let's evaluate our warships now that we have hybrid armor. So we haven't actually built any of these Titans yet, but we can look at one of these as the baseline. So these are Poseidon Torch derived ships. Rock and adamantine armor. This is the armor set that I want to swap to, so the ships are a little bit more likely to survive. So that's when they're in adamantine. We swap them to pure exotic. You see that saves us 900 volatiles at the cost of 83 exotics. That's a bit prohibitive from an exotic standpoint, because we'd be running into the same problem we have with exotics, but just with volatiles. And it's easy to replace the exotics than the volatiles. We do a hybrid armor. Which brings both the exotics and the volatiles down. And that's actually bringing the volatiles down relative to the exotic. Cheaper per point, okay. Less tons, and it's even a little bit less per ton. Although you've got resistance to kinetic weapons, you don't have any extra special resistances. You're good against lasers, with the exception of X-rays. Although that's particle X-rays. So yeah, if I wanted to splurge exotics, this is probably what we do. Honestly, I think we could do that. So Twitch chat's asking, the only way to get exotics is ultimately through the aliens. And the answer to that is yes. You can get it from salvaging aliens, so either blowing them up in space battles and salvaging them, taking their space habs, if they've spent an exotic in the space habs, will give you some exotics. And obviously the alien bases on Earth give you exotics. I suppose you could, if the AI has enough trade with the AI for the exotics. The AI is not very willing to trade it to you, so they have to have quite a bit for you to get it from them. Yeah, you could technically get them indirectly with trading factions that have got it. But outside of the servants and the protectorates, most of the human factions won't have great access to exotics because the other human factions aren't very good at fighting the aliens. Although, if you are... Obviously, if you're the servants or the protectorate, you can trade with the aliens, and you can get the aliens to sell the exotics to you. I believe the Academy can trade with the aliens as well. So they're like the only faction that has to actually fight the aliens that the aliens will trade with. So yeah, this is an upgrade we could potentially do. So... Coil, that's what it was called. And this is the hybrid design. So we could do that. We could definitely do that. We don't quite have enough exotics to run 10 ships of that. Because that would be 400 something exotics to build a fleet of 10. But we'll have that design. You can see that's for 34 more exotics per ship, basically. We save 1,200 volatiles. So we're not going to immediately jump to building those, but we could do that. And yeah, we're going to save a little bit. I think we're going to build not the coil ships, so I'm going to build up the point defense laser ones first, and then we'll save up for the 4 coil ships, and then we'll probably start trying to fight the aliens. I may be not the best to ask about building fleets, because this will actually, if everything goes well, this will be the first game I win.
Offering counsel.
There's a couple other YouTubers that are maybe a little bit better for looking at building fleets. Early on, it's either missiles or torpedoes, depending upon whether you want to deal with fast, dodgy alien ships or overwhelm PD. The missiles are a little bit better at overwhelming PD because of they have more missiles per tube. Torpedoes have a little more maneuverability,
Violence
and
is
those are
abating.
better at hitting the dodgy ships. There's a various set of drives you probably want to use. I think every type of engine or every power plant has like one drive
The
that you probably want to
revolution
use.
is coming.
So it's less. You have to pick what sort of power plant you want, and more. You just have to know what the drive it
Public
is
sentiment is
to
increasingly
get to your
with
targets in
us.
time. And then usually you skip to like tier 2, tier 3 coil guns and like UV lasers. You're thinking either missile ships or kamikaze tactics. Yeah, those work okay. Especially early game when the aliens aren't swarming you too much. The problem with the missile ships is if you don't bring enough missiles to a fight, then you all of a sudden end up very ineffective. Although the same sort of could be said about coil guns as well. If you don't bring enough coil guns to a fight, then the coil rounds don't penetrate the enemy PD.
Target destroyed.
Vasmir, Helicon, Grid are okay for interplanetary travel early on. I usually go Grid for early interplanetary travel early on, which is the upgrade to Ion Drive. One thing I would note is what's good for interplanetary travel is not good for planetary orbital defense. You can get into situations where you want to, say, defend a different hab at, say, Earth, and you can't get there before the aliens blow it up and move on to the next. And you'll just be chasing them around your entire orbit as they just blow up all your stuff. It's really annoying when that happens. So that's the problem, is really early game, you have to pick between, do I want the ability to travel between planets, or do I want to be able to actually defend a planet? Yeah, the interplanetary drives are very bad at cruise acceleration because they don't accelerate fast, right? That they're fuel efficient, not acceleration efficient. And then as the game goes on, your fuel efficient drives get faster, or your fast drives get more fuel efficient. Is a good way to think about it. It tends to be the trend with the drives over time. So that's one reason we're working up the fusion techs. It's because every fusion line has one drive usually near the end, and antimatter heads is the same, right? that is got that sweet spot for fuel efficiency and speed where you can go get places decently quick. And the Poseidon Torch is what we have those ships designed on, is I think the best fission drive for that sort of balance as well, although it's
Where do you need
outshined
me?
by the fusion drives.
Taking it to them.
I'm here. Taking it to them.
Okay, so let's actually start building some ships. Space superiority. We're gonna want like 4. And our Spaceworks and Earth. 4 of the laser ones. And you see this is just drinking the volatiles here. And 2 BTs. Those will be done in 185 days. And in 185 days, we'll hopefully have enough that we can afford to build the 4 Coil-class weapon ships. We'll see where we are. We might jump to the hybrid class for those ones, because that'll save us a bunch of volatiles. And we have enough exotics that we can run 4 ships at 40 each. Just couldn't run 10. To be fair, we might actually be able to run 10 by the time we're there, but it's not rushed there. You can grab probably command. So I was looking to grab to investigate on you to get some more metal, more mining. See if we can do that in something else. So this guy's got a lot of the tech modifier ones on it, so we don't want to trade you away. Would probably trade a little bit of your espionage away, especially because you're not doing the espionage mission right now. So. I do probably want the 12 over the 5. Yeah, just bench the 5 for the moment. Gonna take the 12. And then we can try to find someone to take over the 5. Move you off. Okay, so we had enough espionage. Let's just grab the investigate, backfill the investigate. Don't need these for the moment. Where's the stockpile? Oh, and again, we don't need these mission control ones. They were useful earlier on when we were trying to very rapidly develop mission control. Okay, so we'll have to find some space later for setting that research one off. Like here wouldn't be the worst of places, but then we've got to probably want to replace the espionage at some point. And or investigate. Oh, you've got just 2 more espionage than needed. Okay, so we can just bunch that. There we go. Up to 30.4 volatiles. That's good.
I will help them.
Yeah, Twitch chat saying, gosh, one of the rewarding but frustrating processes of the game is swapping out orgs as your faction evolves. Yeah. One thing I'm a little bit concerned about, which is why I haven't been super aggressive with it, is at some point our counselors might, die of old age.
Things are cooling off.
And then that's going to screw everything up.
The people will be free.
Public opinion is moving in our direction.
So that would be one reason to have a Singleton virus. So we
For
can bump
one
this
for
guy
the
off.
good guys.
The LZ is secure.
And of course, as we blow these things up, they're just getting replaced. Ah yes, I saw you blow up the alien base. We'll just build another one to replace it. So Twitch asking, what happens if you have like 15 orgs when they die? Do you immediately have to sell a bunch to get down to 10? You don't necessarily have to immediately sell. You could, for example, immediately hire the replacement counselor and say shove some number of orgs on the replacement, for example. But yeah, before you can unpause, you either have to get back down to 10 unassigned. Either by selling or by getting it assigned to someone. Even if it's the middle of a turn and it doesn't do anything until the beginning of the next turn, next council cycle. As long as you can get them assigned to someone, they don't fill up bank space.
Your orders.
Which is something I think hit us once during this run. Although that one wasn't killed, that one was fired. We had a counselor
Going
turned
in
by one of
hot.
the other factions.
Ready.
And this isn't spoilers if you're watching this on YouTube in order, because that was a while ago, but that is something that did happen. Is we had one of the counselors turned.
Heading to the LZ.
Annoyingly, it was the counselor that has the Inspire mission, or had the Inspire mission, so we couldn't fix that. Because it was our only Inspire counselor at the time, so the person we'd sent to fix it is the person who had the problem. So, of course, the solution was get rid of the counselor. Let's grab some information here so we're not as interested in holding on to these persuasion orgs. Twitch chat saying, well, yeah, too bad they can't inspire themselves. Yeah, we experienced that. We had one counselor that had inspire, and it was the one that got turned. Okay, so there's the heavy fusion pile. Let's get. I know we have to have 5 before we get 6. We have to have 6 before we get 7. Suppose I can check in the tech tree here. Oops. No, we wanted to see the full tech tree. We were in the right one. Here we go. Energy confinement 5, yeah, is a prerequisite for 6, which is a prerequisite for 7, which is the best power plant in the game. Twitch chat saying they've got 4 astronauts, so no shortage of Inspire capable people. Yeah. Also, once you get far enough into the game, one of the enhancements you can put on your counselors gives them Inspire. So, and technically everyone now can Inspire because really enough in the game. But yeah, before you get there, you can be a bit picky trying to get it to work. So yeah, we went 5 into 6. Although we can't grab 6 until the Proton's done. And then 7 needs Accelerato, which we're actually pretty far through. And then we're going to do Nova Torch into Proteum Converter Torch. And because this is the one that runs off of this power plant, I think that's the best engine going at the best power plant. Not necessarily because it's a particularly super great engine, because it's a really good power plant situation going on. And this obviously isn't the best of situations. You don't necessarily want to be doing 3 energy researches at a time, but we're kind of stuck doing that, so we are. Although, as we see here, if we do lose Proton, I'll just shrug and they'll let them have it. We want Proton done. We don't care if they help us. So if they finish it, that's fine. They can pick whatever they want afterwards.
Offering support.
Things are stabilizing. The uprising is underway.
Oh, that reminds me, we're probably far enough along we can do
The people will come to our side.
Canada-USA merge. Oops. Policies. Seed territory. I know I need unification. Yeah, unification. So we can move Canada into you, and apparently we weren't paying enough attention to Pakistan. Pakistan got cooed. We can fix that. That's not going to be too hard. In fact, it should be pretty easy.
Target secured.
Score 1 for the good guys.
More exotics, more alien abductions. I think the exotics, it's either 2 to 4, it's based on the number of abductions in the area. Not sure. In Twitch chat saying the stacking penalty can be rough. I do try to rely on the diversification bonus a lot if I can. Unexpected death. One of our most prominent supporters in Russia's gone away. Lose an indefinite point, or we can do some influence just to worsen the Academy opinion, which we'll do. Panic. Usually I just tank the democracy score on that event.
Where to?
Your orders?
Okay, so Mr. Investigation, we have a servant point that we don't want to be
We are
independent
taking
anymore.
power.
Standing by for orders.
At your service.
Mr. Persuasion. Do a control nation.
We'll be running this place in no time.
Where do you
We
need
can
me?
probably do 2 control nations.
Ready to go.
Yeah.
What's the
Let's do
option?
a second one.
Ready for orders.
Because if we get the first one, then we can just pick the second
We'll
up.
be
Control
running
nation.
this place in no time.
Get
Acknowledged.
Pakistan back. And then we send you guys off to our alien bases. Although, we only know about one that's in an easy place to attack.
You're up?
Ready for my mission.
So I suppose you are going to go back to precinct some and rest.
It's time to bring it all down.
Three for 7 earlier in the game would have been real great. It's a little bit unnecessary at this point. Although if one of our counselors died, it would be real good. So you've got enough to grab another point. Probably actually just want to give you command. Yeah, we'll give you command. You're my quick learner. Espionage get you a little more stealthy. Twitch chat saying, I just laughed at how loud he said that it's time to bring it all down. Yeah, some of the counselors can be quite empathetic. There's DNA repair, so our councils live 10 years longer on average. And this is a chance we'll get Methuselah therapies, which is an additional age extender. Let's work on that bonus assassination chance. Oh, I forgot to tell someone to merge Canada and the USA.
Offering assistance.
The whole Pakistan situation has caught me off guard. Global emissions, so more control point management. It's probably going to take over most of Japan soon. Yeah, let's try to do the ones that provide control point capacity. So we can take over a little bit more of the mega nations. Maybe hold on to Brazil if things keep going well. See that we're not the only one trying to take advantage to Pakistan. There's Methuselah therapies, so 10% more years. Oh, 10%. 10 more years. They've arrived at Earth. We're just gonna let them be for the moment.
By the numbers.
More alien bases being attacked.
Our supporters are in place.
There we go. We don't need Nexus fighters, you don't need Dwarfens. No army, no military. We'll take boost, we'll take funding. We'll work on environment. Do that triplet for the moment.
We've got our people in place.
There we go. They did do a defend on that point, so we've actually got a fairly low chance to get the last one. Although, low by our terms, 59%, it's not super low.
Our people have taken
And we're
control.
16. So we're back in control in Pakistan. And we lost the Belarus one, which is... We'll just send the Purge guy over there and inform them that they're on the wrong team again. Palace 2. Don't think that's Earth orbit. It's been a while since I've seen a alien base. Okay, so that's asteroid belt. If we were being more aggressive, that's probably a place where we could actually go fight the aliens.
Prepping for my next
And we
mission.
may go fight the aliens at some point out there, but we're just not. We're gonna wait until we have the Titans to do that. Okay, so Nippon here. Nippon, your job. Go inform the Protectorate that that's not their control point.
Terminating the opposition.
Ready to go.
I think we're running out of easy to attack alien bases. I say that, and there's still one more.
Heading to the LC.
Where do you need me?
Oh, India's getting a little unstable.
We'll restore peace to this nation.
Where to? Or even China's a little unstable. Although you're not a good choice for trying to stabilize either of them.
We'll restore
to
peace
Russia.
to this nation.
Mission control would have been good earlier in the game. Although we started selling them off at this point. So yeah, we've got enough control points. We could probably take over, once we take Belarus back, we can probably try to take these points from Japan. Bring us to 3 in Japan. Actually, you, instead of stabilizing Russia, which, yeah, we want to do at some point, but that's not a rush. Go national policy, United States of America.
Capital.
Make it the United States of North America. So that's the missions we're going to do when we get back from midstream break. So if you're watching on YouTube, there will be another part up tomorrow. We're going to try to record 2 more parts tonight for a total of 4. If you're watching on Twitch, I hope you've been enjoying. This is going to be the longer of the breaks during the night. Is I'm going to go make a cup of tea, which takes a little bit longer than just a quick leg stretch. Once again, to try to avoid ads running during other points of the stream, I'm going to try to run ads. I think it's only going to be a minute. So you'll probably get back to hearing the sweet music of Terra Invicta before I'm back with making tea. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and wish you all the best of luck and a good time until the next part, whether that be tomorrow on YouTube or in a couple minutes after I make tea on Twitch. So until then, wish you all the best of luck and a good time. Bye for now.